Hey everybody, welcome back to This or That. I'm Maggie, and today I want to walk you through 5 extra beauty steps that are actually worth it. This video is sort of funny because if you asked myself like 5 years ago if I would ever believe that I would make a video titled like this about this subject, I would have laughed at you because I was the most low maintenance beauty person that ever was. I actually went through this entire stage where I just stopped using conditioner because I felt like it was making my hair greasy and my hair ended up being like straw. And I know it doesn't look great right now because it hasn't been cut since March or something, and I slept on it wet. Sort of an interesting time for me to film this video. What I have for you today are 5 things that I truly do believe are worth the extra time, or worth the extra money for you to spend to add these into your routine just to help overall. It increases the longevity of things, it increases the health of your skin and your hair, and I do think that these 5 things are something that I now will not go without doing. So the first tip I have for you has to do with fingernail polish, and that is using a top coat and a base coat in the opposite order. Typically you'll use your base coat first. So I've found that it does not really matter the nail polish. It does not matter how much money I spend on the nail polish. All nail polish chips eventually. That's just how it goes. It can't stay perfect forever. If I start with a base coat, put that all over your nails and let it dry completely, just one coat, no need to do multiples. Then go over it with your actual polish of the color that you want on your nails, and then follow it with a top coat. It does extend the longevity and the appearance of my fingernails for at least another 2 to 3 days. And I know that might not sound like much, but it takes a lot of time to paint your nails, especially because you have to sit around and wait for them to dry because you don't want to mess them up any more than they have to be because you know eventually they're going to chip. But a brand that I found that I really like is this Nails Inc. London brand. And so this is the Nails Inc. NAILKALE Superfood Base Coat, and it's sort of this green milky color. This goes on perfectly clear, does not show up green at all, and I like that it's a superfood base coat because painting your nails a lot can really wear down your nails and make them dry and flaky and make it to where polish doesn't even like to stay on it at all after that. Because this is sort of creating a protective barrier between your nail and the actual nail polish, I've seen a real difference in how my nails look after I remove nail polish after an extended period of time when I use this base coat. So not only is it extending the wear of my polish, but it's actually healthier for my nails. Now this top coat is also really good. I think that it gives it, I've used it on my nails and these have been painted for probably 4 days now, and I still think that they're looking pretty good. I didn't get a manicure or anything, I did it myself, but it gives it a very glossy, thick sort of finish, so your nails really feel like good and protected. It sort of just like seals in the color. This also dries down in like a minute. Like I find that this actually makes my nail polish dry a lot faster than when I don't use a top coat. So really love this. This is just called the top coat Kensington Caviar. And again, it doesn't show up red or anything, and this is not dyed because I used a lot of red nail polish because I rarely ever paint my nails red. Yes, so I do think that it is worth your time to do a base coat and a top coat for your nail polish. Now, I don't mean to beat a dead horse because I know I've talked about this a million times, but I really think that it's also worth it to put some sort of heat protectant in your hair before you go to blow dry it. I used to be somebody that really suffered with like a crown of flyaways. Now, because I'm in the Texas heat all the time and humidity is at an all-time high, your hair is not going to look perfectly wonderful every time you step out of the house, but using a heat protectant cream is the best thing for it. Also, if you're going to be in the sun a lot this summer, I know of another heat protecting cream that I'll recommend to you that even has UV protection. So not only are you like protecting it from the actual heat of your hot tools, but also the heat and the intensity of the sun. So a recommendation that I have for you in the heat protectant world is this, the Briogeo Rosarco Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream. Smells like a dream, mostly chemical free. It can be found at Sephora. I believe that this is $24. Makes your hair smell so good. It really does a great job protecting. I've also found that once I started using a cream-like heat protectant, that I really couldn't go back to the spray kind. I felt like this really coated my hair better. It really, I don't know, just protected better. I think because I could actually physically rub it on my hair. But I also did really love the Bumble & Bumble Hairdresser's Oil UV Heat Protectant Spray. So if you have a different format preference, I would recommend that if you're going for a spray. But yes, definitely think it's worth the time to go ahead and protect your hair a little extra when you go to use hot tools on it. Another step I think is totally worth your time is exfoliating your skin. And this is especially important in these hot summer months when you're sweating a lot, you're getting greasier, you're hotter. There are multiple different types of exfoliants, so I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite exfoliating products, not only for the face, but also I'm going to recommend one for your lips, because I think in the summer too, when you're out in the sun and maybe you're not drinking enough water, you can get dehydrated and it can really take a toll on your mouth. First, we'll start with the face exfoliators. The first one I want to recommend is actually a chemical exfoliant. This is the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA gel with salicylic acid for all skin types. And this says on the bottle, I'll read it to you what it does. Creates radiant, even-toned skin, reduces redness and builds collagen, unclogs and diminishes enlarged pores. This is something I can vouch for. I've used this product for years and years and years, and this bottle lasts forever. I really truly can't remember the last time I bought something like this, which makes me wonder if it's expired now that we're talking about it. I do my best to use this only like twice a week, especially in the winter when my skin is a lot drier. You definitely don't want to overdo it with chemical or physical exfoliants. I put this on after I cleanse my face, but before the moisturizer, because you really want like the chemical exfoliant to be the closest to your skin to get that working, and then the moisturizer to sort of seal it all in. This is a new-ish product to me. I'm almost through this entire jar. I've probably had these for about 2 months, 3 months maybe? No, since my birthday. Since March. So March, April, May, June, July. Oh, this has lasted a long time. Okay. My face went a little haywire, as you can probably tell, after we got back from our vacation, because traveling can really take a toll on your skin, and I didn't have a travel size to bring these with me. So I actually have my eye on a kit to get a travel size, but these are the First Aid Beauty facial radiance pads to help exfoliate, tone, and brighten. And what these are these little cotton pads you can probably see in there. They're saturated with this like exfoliant liquid that is sort of acts as a toner for your skin. And I truly saw a difference between when I went without them for 10 days and when I came back and started using them. Like my skin tone was a lot more even after I used them. My pores were less clogged. Everything just looked a little better and brighter. I really do attribute those to these facial radiance pads. They're fragrance free. This entire brand is really good for sensitive skin, and they're sort of a no frills brand, which I think is why my skin has really responded well to it. And so this is something I will definitely keep stocked forever and ever going forward. I really recommend these. They come in this 60 count for $30, or they also have a smaller 30 count for $15. So, I mean, it says you can use these in the morning or at night right after you cleanse. I typically only use these at night just to sort of extend the longevity, because $30 for 60 of these is a little pricey in my opinion. I know it's not to some people for skincare, but I typically use these at night after I cleanse before I moisturize. So the next product that is great for exfoliating and worth the extra step is the Dr. BRANDT MICRODERMABRASION Age-Defying Exfoliator. This is supposed to renew skin radiance, polish and smooth, and help diminish the look of fine lines. This stuff is really good at exfoliating. In contrast to that Paula's Choice BHA liquid that's the chemical exfoliant, this is actually a physical exfoliant. And this is just like a white, thick consistency, and it has these little tiny micro beads, and they're not the kind that, heaven forbid, will get under your eyelid, because that happened to me.
At one time I was using a facial cleanser that had the big exfoliating beads, and one got lodged under my eyelid. I had to go to the eye doctor. They had to flip my eyelid inside out and get the ball out. It was terrifying because I am so afraid of eyes.
But I digress. This, it says specifically you only use this 1 to 2 times a week, allowing for 3 days in between uses. It is rather harsh, like you'll feel it exfoliating your skin, but when I get out, my skin's not like extra red or anything. I typically use the product for like 1 minute, and I really focus on every area of my face, and when you wash it off, you just feel this really great cooling effect. I have really seen a difference with this, especially in the summertime. Like I'm saying, I get super clogged pores. I don't know if you're like me, but I really enjoy using this. This is very pricey. This is $79 a bottle, but I got one in a BoxyCharm and I got one in a FabFitFun. So I've spent, you know, pretty little money on them, and I don't know if I'll repurchase. Maybe I'll try to look for a cheaper alternative in the future to recommend. But for now, if you're somebody who really believes in splurging on skincare, pick this up ASAP. And I know I've been rambling on about exfoliating items, but this is the last one. And this is a lip exfoliator. This is the brand, I don't even know, BH? Beauty for Real. Just kidding. BFR. Cursive F, cursive R-ish thing. Okay, anyway, I got this in a BoxyCharm, and this is just like, it's sort of a thick paste. It smells like Christmas time to me. It smells like orange and nutmeg or something like that. Anyway, what this is like a thick balm-like paste with these little with sugar in it. It's like a sugar scrub, and you put it on your lips and you just go like this all over your lips, and you can wipe it off with just like a paper towel, or you can use water or something to wash it off. And because this has such a balm-like consistency, it really leaves your lips feeling good. I've had sugar scrubs in the past from Basin. It was okay. I really like this one better because the other one was more oil-based and this is more like balmy-based. But this is really great for when your lips are just a little dehydrated because you haven't had enough water and you need to just rejuvenate them before you put on your lip balm or your lipstick before you go do whatever. The next beauty stuff that I really think should eat up just a tiny bit more of your time during the week is masking. Now, it depends on your skin's needs what mask you use, and I can't highlight that fact enough. Everybody wants to try like the new mask that everyone's trying on Facebook, but sometimes that's not what your skin needs. If you don't have clogged pores, you don't need one of those crazy peel-off painful masks. So there are a million out there. These are two different styles of masks. So here I have this Tree Hut exfoliating mud mask, and this is just a thick like charcoal mask that you put on and you leave it on there until it gets like hard and it starts cracking, and then you rub it off. Now, this is not my favorite mask of all time, but it's very similar to my favorite mask, which is the Origins. It's like a rose retexturizing clay mask. And I just find that it gives my skin this overall great healthy look after I use that mask. And I found that this had very similar results. I typically prefer masks that come in like a squeezy tube and you put it on your face and you have to wash it off. I don't know, for whatever reason I feel like it has a greater effect on my skin. I think that these masks are a lot better if you're like doing things around your house or cleaning up while you have the mask on for the 10 or 15 minutes that it requires. This is really good for people on the go, busy moms, college students who are trying to study and stuff while they have the mask on. But a different type of mask is a sheet mask, and this is just one that I got in a FabFitFun. This is a box of 3. This style of mask is actually one, it comes in a bag like this, and as you can see on the back, it's a sheet that's actually shaped like your face. Now, because I have a small head, these don't stay on my face all that well. But I don't know. Sheet masks are fine, but I definitely see the greatest difference in my skin when I use a mask that I actually like put on my face, like rub around. These are good if you are somebody who's lacking hydration or brightness or something. I do see a difference when I use sheet masks. But if you're somebody who wants to unclog pores, or I don't know, this is more of like a soothing skin alternative in my opinion, sheet masks are. So whatever your style preference may be, if you have good sheet mask recommendations for me, then I am happy to go try them out. I love masks in general. Again, I think that they're worth your time because it's just that extra step to sort of treat your skin and make sure that it's really looking the best that it can look so that your makeup applies well and you can go without makeup and feel confident in the way that your skin looks. So the last thing that I think is super important is sunscreen. And I wear sunscreen every single day. And I stop people in their tracks when I mention that and they're like, what? You wear sunscreen every single day? Like I only put it on if I'm going to the beach or the pool. Well, joke's on you when I am looking real good at age 80. The sun does not stop shining when you're not at the beach or the pool. That's what I don't understand. People think that the sun just turns off or like you don't get any UV rays when you're not like attempting to soak them up. I don't know. It just sort of baffles me. One that I really love to wear every day under my makeup is this Tarte TARTEGUARD 30. And this is just a sunscreen lotion. This is the travel size. I've gotten these in several Sephora favorites kits and I keep blasting through them. I love this stuff. This doesn't smell like your normal sunscreen. It has a very, very light, fresh scent. I wouldn't even say it's floral or fruity. It's just very fresh. And so it doesn't make me feel like I'm putting on like beach sunscreen before I go to work in the morning. I also think that the formulation of this is very thin and lightweight, and it doesn't leave your skin looking greasy or shiny, and your makeup applies really perfectly over this. This is just one added step. Right after I cleanse, I put on my sunscreen and move forward. I make sure that I apply a pretty liberal amount of this all over your face because you don't want to miss any spots. And also never forget about your neck. Your neck is created just as equally as your face, so I'll always bring the sunscreen down my neck. If you're somebody who doesn't think that a separate sunscreen is worth your time, then I have some alternatives for you that will still get sunscreen into your routine. And this is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream with broad spectrum SPF 30. So this stuff I really hated at first, because if you're anything like me and you have combination or oily skin, you have to set this with the powder. And I did not have a setting powder for a really long time after I bought this. Once I started setting this with the setting powder, I loved it. Now, until then, I found that I could just throughout the day wipe off chunks of it. Like, it would just separate on my face. This is not something that you can just like throw on and go if you have this like oily skin situation like I do. But if you're somebody with drier skin, I don't think that this would have the same effect. You can let me know if you've tried it below in the comments. This gives you a very sheer coverage. It's not like a crazy all-out foundation. So if you just want something light that has SPF, this is a really great alternative if you don't want the extra sunscreen step. This Bare Minerals line has like probably 25 color selections. I'm not kidding. I've used 4.5 wheat in the summer. I really should have used something a little lighter in the winter time. And I think I would have gone with the vanilla shade. I think it's 3.0. But this one has so many color options. So hopefully this video was helpful for you, and maybe I'm going to inspire you to add some more time and products into your beauty routine. I think I'm also gonna have a follow-up video that's things that you should cut out of your beauty routine to save you some time so that you can add in these steps that I feel like are really worth it. So stay tuned for that video that will be posted soon. And if you like this video, then please like it. If you have any suggestions of other products or video ideas, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to know what you would like to see in future videos. Please subscribe so you can stick around for more, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.